friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. Oh, I'm so happy you are here. So today we're doing one of the highly voted on readings. And so if you're new, I do put the choices for the readings on the community tab. I still add my own here and there, but I want to make you part of the process here. So this is all about what's the tea on you. So it's going to be exciting. Great. I'm gonna show you the cards. And so this is the card, the topper for the collective of group 1. This is the topper for the collective of group 2. And then this is the topper for the collective of group 3. And so it's always a good idea if you consider subscribing, just so you get to vote and you get to choose what content we create here. Yay! All right, let's go ahead. I want you to close your eyes, inhale, clear your mind, shift around a little bit. Oh yeah, we need to shift around. And we exhale and open our eyes. Choose whichever pile draws you to it, and you can choose more than one. All right, let's do this. My dear friends from group 1. So let's find out what's the tea. Sorry, it's that's so messy. Okay, so let's find out what's the tea about you. Okay. Just even looking at this card though, I have to say, I think there's knowledge. You have more knowledge than you maybe you acknowledge is what it is, or you have it's sort of all these books and like I want to say wisdom. But maybe either you or other people might not take you seriously, and that's their mistake. Because they might think, this is reminding me of a page energy, but you're really kind of almost like a high priestess, or even a hierophant too. Sort of, you have a lot of knowledge, but maybe people don't acknowledge that. Maybe you don't, but maybe other people just maybe think that you're again, that page energy, young. I don't want to say immature, but maybe naive. And I feel if that's what they think, are they mistaken? You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of know-how. You also have a lot of ability to search for answers. Not everybody does, not everybody looks for the answers, right? You have this ability, and maybe others don't recognize it at first, but they do, I think, after they get to know you, or after you wow them. They acknowledge it. They actually are okay. Oh, I like this one. I like your tea already. All right, let's see what other stuff we have for your tea. So you have enough room here. Okay, what we do? Okay. I'm gonna have some here as well. Okay. Okay, do you have, okay, everything you can see. All right, so you're able to manifest things. Okay, so I'm gonna say what, and like I said, don't please don't shoot the messenger here. Some people might, I have to say, well, they do find you very attractive. But this devil energy might be even almost there's a temptation here. I also feel there's this sense of power. I think you surprise people with your with your power. There's a sense of attraction, but there's also a sense almost you're very tempting. There's a sense of wildness to it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's you're kind of wild. You're not, and it's not a bad thing, this wildness that you have. Not at all. I just think that you're not easy to manipulate, which is, again, that's not a bad thing at all. I don't think at all. So I think what I find funny is I feel like maybe some people try to like manipulate you. Some people do it. It's understandable. They have their desires for things that they want you to do, and I feel like you outsmart them, or you like I feel like you're the one who kind of, not to say that you're manipulative, but you do know how to make people do certain things. It's like you disarm them in many ways. I do like this. And like I said, I think you are very much like a rebel energy. That's what I'm seeing here. There's a sense of rebel energy, which again, it's sort of with this Knight of Swords, and with this Knight of Swords makes me think that, and with this Magician, you do have, again, this ability to like manifest things. I do feel like you are able to it's not like a sleight of hand, but it's sort of like as if you would it really has to do with this, what they think of you as like, oh, naive and innocent. And again, this is not something that you do. It is more like they themselves think that, right? They assume things about you. And in reality, that could be the furthest thing from the truth at all. You're very quick with your thoughts, quick with your words. Knight of Swords. You're also quick to take action. And again, you have this ability to, like, I want to say manipulate situations, but not in the word of like manipulation, let's say how they would want to like move, like, like want you to do certain things for them, but rather it's almost like you kind of can see things and you control, like there's a sense of really being able, I almost want to say control the elements, control what people see and perceive. So maybe I do like that a lot. Okay. I do feel like you are a hard worker. You're also very patient. Like other people think of you as very patient. But it's funny because I think you're patient, but at the same time you are okay with walking away, or you will walk away from things. If they're not working out, you're willing to walk away. There's interesting here, because I want to say with the Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands, I kind of almost want to say that it's so like you have this rest and you kind of binge and purge with not like with enough food. I'm not saying that, so sorry if that triggers you, but what I mean is sort of like you go all out with work. You kind of overwhelm yourself with work. You sort of like, like you do it all, like you kind of carry a whole lot of things, but then you also need that rest. So it's sort of like you, and it's in this energy of almost like a little extremist, not in a, like I said, like at least they think that it's like, oh, they're either you're all in or you're kind of resting. So interesting, because it's like they do think of this as like a page energy, but really, like I said, I definitely see you as more than that. You do, like I said, very quick with your words, quick with your thoughts, quick with your reactions. I like this because I feel like there's a wildness in you, and it's not a bad thing at all. Anything else? No, I think we're good. Let's see what other things they're saying about you. Sorry, this is like dialogue. Gosh. Finish business and rest. You have this double energy all around. I'm sorry. I'm like, and the reason why I'm laughing is because I really think that so you could be this person, and then the other person's trying to like, I'm gonna like a faulty, like let's say like a business or some sort of idea where they're trying, like, again, I guess the person's like trying to manipulate you to do certain things, but you kind of reverse it on them. That's what I'm seeing here. So there is a sense of beware the wicked witches. There's a sense of caution for you because when you're not careful, like if anybody's trying to like maneuver stuff around you, you maneuver it back on them. Very beautiful. I really like this energy. I do the dialogue too, so you are very quick with your words. You're very quick. I think quick-witted, but also like quick with response. Like I said, I feel like you have a whole. I would say like a library worth of like knowledge somehow. You're very quick to get knowledge, and if you don't know something, you look the answer. Again, there's a sense of unfinished business. I think that people say that you tend to walk away too quickly. There's a sense of 8 of Cups. You just leave things. So there's maybe unfinished business. They have unfinished business with you, or you have unfinished business with them. Very like fascinating. Well, and you are willing to take risks. That's true. You are a risk taker. You're like, this energy is very much a free spirit, very much not even a free spirit, yes, but there's a sense of like a rebel. This is like, if I were to say this is a rebel energy, I do like it. Let's see what we say. Okay, we have courage, family, interesting, intuition, and door to beauty. So you are, again, like very attractive. This door to beauty says that, like there's a sense of attraction. And I feel like those who are attracted to you are like, oh, like they think certain, they perceive you, they assume a lot of things about you, and it could not be further from the truth. Not to say that you're not beautiful, it's just like you're not what you seem at all. and there's like this wildness to you. I do like this. You are hardworking, like I said, hardworking. You also have like a lot of ideas, but then there's like fun and ease. Like you go through between those two, hardworking and fun, which I think this is interesting. Tech witch, networking, electricity, and coding. I would actually say you're very good at like communications, networking. You're very good at speaking. I could probably take some lessons from you. You're also, like I said, I feel like you can get knowledge very easily, or like information quickly, possibly a very good researcher. Intuition, you do have a strong sense of intuition, and I feel like that's the magician energy. Now, what I find interesting here is that family does matter to you. Like that's just something they're saying, like, yeah, family matters. Okay, so they like all that, but like family, you will do lots of like family, I think, comes first for you, or like loved ones come first for you. Let's see what's the tea on the collective of group one. What's the tea on the collective of group one? Family. Look at that, family again. So you have family, bond, background. So family is like important to you. See what other, right? Sweet dreams. So sleeping, maybe you're a good sleeper. I don't know, because the Four of Swords is a lot of, maybe you have lots of visions, but I don't know how they would know. Satisfaction, comfortable, lazy days. I do think you like lazy days, but after a lot of work. Fright, depression, phobia, paranoid. I don't actually think I think people are frightened of you. Oh, you're frightening. And in the best way possible. Imagination, you do have a lot of imagination with the Ten of Wands, like creativity, passion here, variety, fantasy, mind. Mind is so important. I really do think that there's a sense of your mind is so sharp. I really like this. I'm sorry, I didn't know like how it would turn out, but I'm enjoying this quite a lot. The tea on you is quite fascinating. Let's see if there's anything else I would. Yeah, I'm gonna actually do this one. We're gonna and then let's see, what is the tea on the collective of group one? Travel. So maybe you're a traveler, maybe you're from somewhere else, or you there's a lot of like you want to travel the world, or you have traveled. Again, I feel like even if you haven't traveled, I do feel like you have a lot of access to like what would I say, like records. You can download things. You have that ability. Okay. let's actually, okay, I think we're gonna do one last card pull, and then I think so. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Oh, actually no, like let's do the, yeah, higher wisdom. Okay, that's a good one. All right, let's do what is adventure. So yeah, you are an adventurer. Look at that, travel, adventure. Anything else? And fortune. Maybe you're looking for fortune, or maybe you're very fortunate you find fortunes in your travels. So that might be something, I feel like a bit of a message or for you. All right, let's see. What is the T on the collective of group? Okay, so some say let go, let love enter. I do feel, and you, wow, you create your dreams. Yes, and literally you have a lot of dreams, and we have the magician. So you create, people think you create your dreams, but I do think that people, like especially maybe exes or whatever, you tend to walk away quickly. That's something that they do say. And so they're saying, they're, you know, like, I guess their suggestion is like, let love in. Let love enter. And one more. And this is the, I want to say the Divine Intelligence Oracle. This is the Salem Witch. The witch becomes her. These are V, Love, and Tarot. This is Moon Moth Goddess, and this is mine. Oh, we have a lot of stuff. Awareness. Yeah, you have a high sense of awareness. Like you can assess situations. Very, like I said, you have a very quick mind and can assess things and take quick action. Very, like, I have to say, I really do like this reading a lot. So that's a lot of, like, that's the tea on you, my friends, from group 1. Let me know if you like this reading. Give me a thumbs up, and let me know if it actually, people were right, or if you were like, that's just silly. Yeah, and if you did, please do consider subscribing. Also, if you think any of your loved ones or like friends or coworkers could enjoy my content, please do consider sharing it with them. And just thank you so much for being here. I feel very honored. Really, I like your personality, that I was able to read your cards. Until I see you in the next one, bye bye, my dear friends. Group 2, let's see what you're all about. What's the tea about you, my friends? Oh, the Lady Spring. So I'm going to say this is actually quite a beautiful tea to start off with. Swan, maybe somebody considers you a twin flame. There's a sense of grace and beauty for you. You also bring a lot of joy. I do feel like you, and for some of you, you might actually be somebody's muse. Yeah, just feels like you might be somebody's muse, or you might be somebody who inspires others to create, and not just like, and not just a muse, but because you yourself are very creative. There's a sense of you, I want to say you're a bit of a catalyst for change for others. I feel like that's what it is. Like, they feel like hope with you, but there's also a sense of like, okay, I can do this, I can change. So a lot of you help other people aspire to other new things. Yeah, there's actually, like, this is a very lovely energy here. We have okay, we have some ones and this one. Ooh, wow, look at that. I want you to see how many you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcanas. Wow, like I do, and I keep saying, look, you have the World and the Fool here. I do think you help people, and like at least this one, to end cycles, begin new cycles. Like, it's sort of like you just help them. Just like overall, look at all these positive energy, like positive. They have the Full energy here, which is like, again, you're like somebody who begins. Maybe there's a sense of like other CEOs, like somebody who begins a lot of things. But I really, what I'm really noticing though is that others perceive you as, you always give them a sense of like, you can begin again, you can start like this. You could be somebody who's like, this is a fresh start, you can do it. Like, very much, very motivational. Could be a teacher, somebody who, even if you're not, you mentor others, whether you know it or not. A Knight of Cups, I do think you're people see you as a bit of a romantic. But with this temperance, it's sort of like you are, I'm actually seeing temperance here as equanimity. You have this ability to find balance. You're also very patient. I actually see the temperance a lot with this Lady Spring. What else? There is here the Seven of Swords. You might be secretive. Actually, I'm gonna say with the Seven of, like, people see you as a bit of a secretive, like, and it might just be too where there's like, how does she success so much, or like he succeeds so much, and then like they want to know the secrets, but you're like, these like, oh no, they keep it secret, like there's like hidden knowledge for them. But I do not like, I don't necessarily know. I think they just want to know you more. And I do feel like you don't really show everybody all your sides. I do think you show them very much this like very positive side, very cheerleader, very like mentory the world. Like, again, look at this, like you have the hummingbird twice. There's a sense of joy coming through here, very like uplifting. The sun, like I can't even. And then with the Six of Wands, I'm gonna say you're confident, but I think what you do is you uplift others, you make other people feel confident about themselves, and that's part of how you are. Like, yeah, you can start over again, you can begin again. It's very much, if you're not like a life coach or some sort of coach, you should totally look into it, because people view you as that, as somebody who is very happy. And I think you bring happiness to others. That's something, you know, that's something that they kind of say here. Wow, it's like, what? Like lots of stuff. Illumination, yeah. Look, you light up the world. Very beautiful. You have a sense of home. I'm actually gonna take this home. Actually, I'm gonna do this one here. I'm gonna take this, a sense of home is actually like you have like, I feel like a lot of you is like very much like other people aspire, and you're very much supportive of others, but I do feel like you're a bit of an introvert. I do think that you need to recharge at home. I almost think that you sneak away from like others just to kind of like you need that energy, because you give out a lot of energy, so you need that time for yourself to kind of go in. So this is why I'm seeing like home, you illuminate, but you also need to recharge. Introversion, scarcity here. And with the union here, it's almost very interesting, because maybe you also help others with love, especially with that the Knight of Cups. And I do think it's kind of fascinating that you have a sense of scarcity. You might actually. I might say this not in a bad way at all, but what I'm saying here might, and you tell me whether it's true or not. You give a lot of yourself, but you don't ask for anything in return. Like, I feel like you're one of those, like, you're just freely give, but there's a sense of a scarcity because you don't really ask for things back. Like for example, like you're very much a coach. Like I can see, like you help others, you know, like you cheer them on, you give them sense, but maybe you're like, you know, very high-minded, but there's a sense here that people are like, and there's a needing also for you to ground yourself a little bit in terms of like finances, taking care of your finances, like charging. If you're giving help, like maybe offering it not just for free. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing here. With the union here, I do feel like you help others like with love. I really do think that there is a sense here. I think there's also, people see you as very balanced, like with this temperance as like divine feminine, divine masculine. So with that, I mean, like you take action, you dream, but then you also take action. Like there's this like I really just think you're very balanced. Or at least that's what they're saying here. Let's see what other things are coming. Okay. Equanimity. Oh my goodness. I even said the word equanimity. Oh my goodness. I love that. Yeah. Okay. So we have, and this is, so this is both, all these three oracle decks are from Be Love and Tarot. So check it out, because someone might be going, retiring or not, but I don't know. I forget. I think this one is retiring. So crystal witch. So you have earth medicine, energy, and protection. I do think you like have a lot of energy. I think, and the earth medicine, you're like, you ground people, but I do think, I don't know why, but I feel like you deplete yourself a little bit. So I'm feeling like maybe there's a sense of needing to do protection for yourself, like for you protecting your energy. Amok, trouble, chaos, out of control. I actually don't think that it's you deal well with chaos, but that's not what I'm actually seeing here. To me, it's the squirrel. You're and with the scare, maybe you're a bit of a hoarder, not in a bad way at all. I'm not saying you just kind of like you don't know, so you kind of take on. I do think that you're very also responsible. You like to prepare things, like you like being, prepping is important for you. So you kind of get ready. I find it funny that you have the spring and then the equinox, the fall equinox. So it's the spring and the fall for me. Again, like there's a sense of you very like you balancing out a lot of like different things. Like we have like we do have equanimity here, and we have the union with the divine feminine, divine masculine. But I also feel like the beginning, you also have the fool, and then you also have the world. It just, to me, it seems like there's a sense of balance for you here in the spring, which is the beginning, and planting things, and then the fall equinox, harvesting. I think this is something that you do need to work on, though. And again, not because I'm saying, it's sort of like taking ownership. Like if somebody offers you something, don't just say no. Like, receiving. It's like you're very good at giving, but you need to receive also. Shadow. You do work with shadows. I feel like you do shadow work as well, but like again, there's a sense of balance between the shadow and the light. You illuminate and in the shadow, so maybe you are good also at pointing. Like I just want to say, like, helping others. You really do help others a lot. Wow. I just like, let's see what other things are coming through here. I want to do this one. Actually, let's do this one first. Okay. What? Give me the T on the collective of group 2. Give me the T on the collective of group 2. Give me a T on the collective of group 2. Wow. Look at this. Talent. Yes. And so you are very talented, but you also bring others' talents out. You're like, yes, you can do it. Like and there's a lot of success. I just don't feel like you have the ability to, like, yes, you can be very successful to others, but you yourself don't allow the compliments. And I don't know why I keep saying that, but it's just what I'm feeling. It's just very strange to me, but lessons. Yeah, you are a teacher. You are a teacher, and you believe in your dreams. Again, like, and that's the thing. You tell them, believe in your dreams. You have this. You're a harbinger of change, a catalyst of change. Let's see what other, like, of new beginnings for others. Let's see. Third wheel. Okay. Okay. And this the mask. Okay. Overload. So mask again. So deception, pretending, inconsistency. People have, I think, because you kind of balance different things, people don't know, like, because this is with the Seven of Swords. I do feel like people think that you show too much of only one side of you, not the whole thing. A third wheel, the stressful, flirtatious enemy. There might be a sense of you're very flirtatious. I don't think you are. I think people, because I feel like you're very open. Like, let's how do I say it? Not open in the sense of, like, let other people see everything about you, because I feel like that's not what they're seeing. But you're very, like, and not trusting either. It was like, it's basically that Knight of Cups. It's almost like you're a true romantic in a sense, and so other people think, oh, you're a flirt. It could just be that you're really nice too, and so people like take niceness sometimes for, like, flirtation, but you're just being nice or sweet or whatever. So there's that. Stubborn. So selflessness, right? There's a selflessness. I think you do have that mutish attitude and arrogance. I don't think you have arrogance, although some people might think that you are arrogant. Again, not because of, like, I think it's just because maybe they give you an offer, you a compliment, and because of how you are, I think you're very selfless. You kind of just push that comment away, or you're like, oh yeah, like, compliment, or like, oh, thank you, but you don't really take it in. They think of it as like, but their ego gets in the way here, and they're like, oh, that means, like, there's a sense of standoffishness, and so I feel like there's that they view it as arrogance. Oh, that's not true. Okay, and so overload, obligation, overwhelm, excess. I think that you do overwhelm yourself. I think there's a sense of overload, because again, you give a lot of energy, but you're not like willing to receive it back. And also, I do think that you're introvert. People just, it's funny because you're an introvert, but since you're such a shining light, people are just drawn to you. So you kind of like, you get overwhelmed, especially because you're an introvert, and I also feel like empath. So you get overwhelmed with all this. So you need to like take a step back. That's what I get it. I understand. Let's see what other things we have. Okay. What's the T on the collective of group 2? Painful lessons. Okay, you've gone through painful lessons. Maybe that's something that you don't let other people see, though. Pain and suffering. Wow. Again, there's like a sense of pain, attachment. Okay. And alignment. So you have an ability to see things in a deep perspective because you've been through it. People may not understand it because you also, like, you like I said, you're very shiny, very, like, have that light. I feel like you're an uplifting energy for others, but you've been through, your own, your own dark night of the soul, let's say that. And so you've come up, you've learned lessons, you've gained a deeper perspective. I do think that there is an attachment here, and that attachment is here again. It's sort of like trying to and here is funny because I want to say you kind of want to do everything yourself. Like, you don't let others in. There's an attachment to like I want to say, and this like attachment to building that wall. Whether people can see it, they can feel it. There's something that you guard, and understandably so, because you've been through suffering and everything. But how do I say it? It's like when you watch a character, or I don't know, like I can only, or when you're reading a character and you're like, there's something missing from the character. There has to be this like depth to them, and you have the depth, but you don't let others see that depth. You don't let others see so much your shadow side. Or like how you came about to be who you are. You kind of like keep that masked. And so I feel like there's an attachment, I almost want to say like an attachment to being perfect, when you don't have to be that at all. An alignment. I think you are always trying to align yourself to your highest self. But part of that is like I think you're always trying to be on the 7th chakra, but you need to also take care of your 1st chakra, because it's the basis for the growth. I think that's what I'm seeing. It's sort of like you want to forget about like your worldliness, but it's like, but we live in the world, and so I think that's sort of what I'm seeing here. But look at all these. There's a very beautiful reading. People think very highly of you, but they want the full depth of your character. They want to see the whole depth. And so that's what I'm seeing here. I hope this makes sense. I really do like this. I'm liking everybody's energy here. It's like, I'm like, oh, even like the T on everybody's like fascinating. Group 1 is so interesting. And I like your energy too. But I want to like, what I'm going to part with you with is like, you do not need to be perfect. I actually think I'm going to, because I like to write. So the best characters, the best characters are always the imperfect ones, because you know that's how we are imperfect. And I also want to say, allow to receive. So you know, you give so much, the universe and people want to give you back, whether it's a compliment, whether it's actual money, whether it's whatever it is, people want to give you back. Like you want to, you know, you have, like I have to say, like receiving is so important for you. I think that's a key here. So thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I feel very honored. I hope you like this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. Also, please consider sharing it with, you know, family, loved ones, friends, co-workers, anybody who you think this content will be valuable for. Thank you so much. I am, like I said, very honored I was able to read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. From group 3. Let's see. Okay, so what's the tea on you, my friend? Forest lavender. Lavender. Interesting. I said that. So maybe you have a calming presence for others. I do feel like you have with this forest labyrinth. You're not an easy person to figure out, which is not that's not an insult at all. There might be, you might also have, maybe you're trying to figure your way around too. You know how, I tell you how I am, I guess. It's a sense of like, you try different things until you figure out, the right thing for you. So maybe some, like, others might think flaky. I say you're just trying different things to figure everything out. Like, you know, why settle when you can try different things? I do feel like you are also, like with the, here's kind of like a hermit. Things are important for you to actually, like, you go in introspection. Whatever happens, you go into deep introspection. That's a fascinating here that you have the kiss. So I do think that people find you, especially they find you especially attractive. Yeah, with that fire, there's a sense also of sensuality. Oh, and there's like, you can't see it, but there's goldfish. So there, you could be very successful, or people think of you as very successful. You could also be a water element, but like passion, like I keep seeing that red, like there's passion, there's like, you could also be a fiery, in terms of like temperament, not in a bad way at all. I do think that there's a funny, because I think one way you show different aspects of yourself. People might think that there's like this, like not colorful personality, but then you come out and you really, there's so much depth to you. Interesting, fascinating. Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Tower. Yeah, okay. We have the 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Wheel of Fortune twice, my friend. Ooh. And so we could say that, you know, like things are like for you, that people think that you are lucky. I do think that how do I say it? Like, things shift and change for you a lot. Like, there's a lot of ebb and flow. And so I think you actually deal with change quite well. And so maybe that's why you have, I would say almost like two personalities. The one that's very cautious, like here there's a sense of caution. And the other one, which I think is more of, like I said, fiery and moving forward. I do think that you attract like a lot. Like you have the 2 of Cups. And I want to say, like, people just are attracted to you. I almost want to say, and with the kiss there, it almost feels like people just fall in love with you. It's what it is. There's something about you. There is something about you. And with the Tower moment, oh, I'm gonna almost say, I'm actually gonna say, you have a phoenix rising. Yeah, that's what I see. It's like a phoenix rising. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you keep, you know, spinning, going like from up and down. There's a sense of like, you always come out of your ashes, like, you know, like you are rebirthed over and over again. Like whenever things are, yeah, I see that. You do have this Queen of Pentacles, so it's grounding. Like I feel like this one grounding, very like it's the energy of the lavender, grounding. Like you do have, I think, prosperity. You're very nurturing, very caring, but then you also have this King of Wands, and then there's a sense of like, again, that's where the fieriness, and it's almost like, and I love that you have the feminine and masculine here, and the masculine is like fire, it's creativity, entrepreneurship, leadership qualities. You take action. There's a sense of thinking and nurturing, and but you also take a lot of action here. You have the 10 of Pentacles, possibly quite abundant. You also, family matters a lot. That's the Queen of Pentacles here for you. 10 of Wands. I think you have a lot of ideas, like a lot of ideas that you want to make happen. You sometimes maybe over, like with this nurturing, you might carry too much of a burden. You try to help others. There's a sense of helping others here as well. But like I said, always rising from your ashes. That's like a very strong thing here. Let's see what we have. Inconspicuous. Adventure. Go this way. So inconspicuous, again, this is sort of like there's a sense of grayness here, like a blandness, but really there isn't, like, it's the opposite. There's so much like fire and power for you. That's the sense of adventure here. Let's see what you have in purpose. Look at that. You have that purpose. Maybe for some of you, you're witches because you have the witching and some flying lessons. You're learning to fly. You have a sense of purpose, and that's really your creativity and your passion. You do bring about alternatives. You don't go the regular path. You go different. You take a different route. Like I said, very much to me similar to, I really think you try different things until you find find the right thing for you. Yeah, wow, I like this. Okay, full moon, and then hereditary witch, inheritance, bloodline, tradition. Maybe there's a sense of you are traditional, but at the same time not. I do think that, yeah, which I don't know why it feels like there is. Family, bloodline, very important to you. Okay, and full moon, completion. Yeah, relinquish. So you do complete stuff. Oh my goodness. How do you do this to me, my friends? Sorry. Okay, so sense of purpose. And again, with this full moon, it's sort of like your purpose is here. You know your purpose. It's, I guess, to complete and start over again. Like, I can't say that enough. You're on the edge and recognize. And so then you have this sense of the edge. It's that tower moment again. Maybe you go through, maybe you seek tower moments. Not that I think you do, but I think you're able to, I do think that you are able to live life on the edge a little bit, right? That's what I'm saying. You have recognized. You can recognize yourself in others. You recognize kindred spirits there. But there's a sense, again, with the horse, there's a sense of strength, and there's a sense of freedom. I think you need both. You're not a traditional, like, I know that there's like inheritance tradition. You like traditions. It doesn't mean that you're traditional. It means like you have traditions, but not a standard person. Makes sense. Let's see what I wanted to say this one. Yes. Let's see what we have for you. The collective of group 3, tier 2, my friend. Intimacy. Like and there you have potential for fame too. Intimacy, like people are very attracted to you. And you might be yeah, there's just something about you. Why? That's just what it says here. Shine. Ooh, you shine your light on others. Right? You see, serendipity. And with this serendipity, I almost feel like I said, I really feel like you recognize like serendipitous events. You are good at that. Like, you know, numbers, you know, like certain things, like you have your own superstition, if you will, but not like that. Like I said, like your own tradition. And then you do shine. Like you do bring people joy, and you bring, like, you know, happiness onto them. Oh, look at that. Let's see. Okay. So you have, maybe you were bullied. So embarrassment, gossip, unwillingness. I think because you are different, like I said, like I really do think maybe some people think of you as flighty, but you're really not. You're just trying to figure things out. There's a sense of, so yeah, you could have been bullied. But again, look at this. Fate. Coincidence, fatalism, fortune telling. You might be a fortune teller, but you're really good at the signs. You're good at serendipity and coincidences. Maybe you are a reader. I wouldn't be surprised. You also have like witch-like tendencies there. Blessings, so fulfillment, well-being, enlightenment. So I think you're aiming for enlightenment. I do think that you also wanting to be fulfilled. You might also like follow like Ganesh, the remover of all obstacles. You might follow that. You might, yeah. And then there's a sense of pride, self-esteem, self-worth, ego. I think you go through that. I think there is a sense, and it's not a bad thing. You have, sometimes there's a sense of ego that guides you, but then after the tower happens, you are more enlightened. So I feel like there's a sense for you. I feel like your purpose is maybe enlightenment or awakening. And so I feel like that's what you're, you know, going for, moving forward. That's what you're doing. Let's see, what's your T? Or at least that's what others see. Throat chakra. Okay, needing to express yourself here. Or maybe you're really good at expressing yourself, but I feel like you're not. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I feel like you don't stand up for yourself as much. You stand up for others, but not yourself. Awareness, huh? You are aware. I do think like that is remind me of like third eye. So you're trying to maybe open that. You see things on a different perspective because you've been through different things. Meditation, again, you do like meditation. You do. I think you're trying for that enlightenment. Raise your vibration. You're trying to raise your vibration. Yeah. In your oath, I want you to see that you're on the right path. So even though it may feels like I said, like people might say you're flaky because you move around, you shift around a lot, like maybe you don't have a traditional like 9 to 5, that's fine. You're, you know, like I think you're wanting more enlightenment. You're trying to raise your vibration. You're trying to like connect to that. And so I think it's sort of like you're on the right path. You bring awareness to things. But there's a need for you to speak up about something. Not sure what it is, but I feel like it's almost like speak up for yourself. Like, yeah, you speak up for others, but it's also important to speak up for yourself. I hope that makes sense. And I hope you like this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing, and also consider sharing this with your like family, friends, coworkers, classmates, whoever you think would benefit from my content. So I'm very, 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 very grateful. And if you want to be the one who directs what I read, like what readings I create, check out the community tab and vote there on which readings you want me to do. This one is highly, that was one of the highest rated ones. So thank you so much for being here. I feel very, very, very super duper honored to be reading your beautiful cards. Very, very beautiful. Don't it's okay not to be like everybody else, just so you know. And so I'm sending you a giant hug, and until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends.